Please, I beg, if you get anybody for I beg, show out this week, I beg. Once they come back, leaving massage, they go need massage. No more. I know right there. So we look come I say we could do work of peace. Nobody come outside. I had to do what I say na most wakada waka. I got to the world. Don't go. I beg. Before you can't peace before I beg. Some people wicked. Peace inside cup. Put for food. Ha! What's good? See you ever do this kind of person, you go make I want to do this kind of thing. Some people wicked. Go for big party.
Anything so thermonuclear savage in Congress than what I just witnessed seconds ago. Marjorie Taylor Greene ripping open Hunter Biden's laptop and exposing for the world to see his sex crimes, human trafficking, potentially child trafficking. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody was ready for it. The room gasped. This was Barbie versus Oppenheimer levels of radiation, and it ended in absolute and total pandemonium with the room, Democrats in the room, the party of women screaming at Marjorie Taylor Greene to take down the proof of their leader's sex.
Of Hunter Biden making sex. Excuse me, this is my time. Making pornography.
Should we be displaying this, Mr. Chairman, in the committee? Lady.
Okay, so the room was going nuts. What was this hearing? This hearing was 2 IRS whistleblowers finally coming forward and proving that the DOJ is coming up for Biden's crimes. Now, this is something that James Comer, friend of the show, has promised to do. In fact, when James Comer announced the formation of this government oversight committee nearly 9 months ago, he promised that they would be looking into the Biden sex crimes.
Families' business dealings implicate a wide range of criminality, from human trafficking to potential violations of the Constitution.
So human trafficking is what Marjorie Taylor Greene was showing there, showing the proof, showing the receipts, and we will play you her entire testimony because it is the most bombshell thing I've seen in Congress, again, since Oppenheimer got funding. But ladies and gentlemen, one major takeaway here is Marjorie Taylor Greene proved that Hunter Biden engaged in sex crimes in this exchange with the IRS whistleblower. Watch this.
One more second here. So when Hunter Biden paid for this woman to do this with him, to travel across state lines from California to Washington, D.C. on June 15th. This is a violation of the Mann Act. This was prostitution.
Here, check out the final exchange in that clip.
One last question. You referred to one of the assistants as West Coast assistant. I believe this is the West Coast assistant. Could you agree with that?
So I can tell you that there were deductions for what we believe to be escorts, and then that $10,000 golf club membership. Yes, that was not a golf club membership. That was for a sex club payment.
That was for a sex club payment.
That is a tax felony. That is a tax crime. You are not allowed to pay for illegal prostitution services over state lines or to pay known human traffickers for those services. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to hear the full speech and the full testimony from these whistleblowers and from Marjorie Taylor Greene asking about these sex crimes specifically in Congress. And then, more importantly, listen to the reaction of the Democrats in the room, the supposed party of women, and how they react to the hard evidence, the despicable, degenerate evidence of Hunter Biden's crimes. This is truly unbelievable. Watch.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Before we begin, I would like to let the committee and everyone watching at home that parental discretion is advised. I would also like to remind everyone that on our Oversight Committee, we provide oversight into all parts of the federal government, including their Department of Justice and their willingness to prosecute and their unwillingness to prosecute, and whether it's politically motivated. I would also like to say that when evidence and proof of a crime is presented, no prosecution should be denied, no matter who the person is. To the whistleblowers today, I thank both of you for your courage to come to the committee today and your commitment to truth. I have great respect for it, so thank you. I would like to talk with you both about Hunter Biden and his tax write-offs with his law firm, Owasco. I would like to ask Mr. Ziegler, when did you start your investigation? In your testimony, it was November 2018. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you. During your testimony with the House Ways and Means Committee, you stated that through bank records, you identified Hunter Biden was paying prostitutes related to a potential prostitution ring. Is that correct? Yes or no?
Yes, that's correct.
I've also reviewed those same bank reports, commonly referred to as SARS, Suspicious Activity Reports, and I'm very troubled by them. We read thousands of them in the Treasury. This particular excerpt from a SARS report talks about human trafficking and in regards to Hunter Biden and Owasco and payments he was making. What's even more troubling to me is that the Department of Justice has brought no charges against Hunter Biden that will vindicate the rights of these women who are clearly victims under the law. I would like to talk about in your prior testimony, you stated that the prosecutorial team was investigating violations of the Mann Act. Is that correct, Mr. Ziegler?
That is correct.
Regarding the Mann Act, if a person is transported across state lines for sexual activity, such as prostitution, that could be a violation of a federal law. Is that correct?
I actually recently looked at the federal law regarding Mann Act, and I believe that that is correct, but I would refer you to the DOJ manual.
Thank you. I would like to present this to the committee. This is showing Hunter Biden paying for a victim's United flight from LA to Dulles. I believe this is a violation of the Mann Act. This is Hunter Biden's, this is his proof that he bought the ticket. He bought it for this woman right here. He flew her from Los Angeles to Washington on June 14th, flew her back to Los Angeles, California on June 15th of 2018. And I would like to point out that if he was purchasing her a plane ticket for sex and traveling across state lines, do you believe that to be a violation of the Mann Act, Mr. Ziegler?
So I can talk to specifically what's in my transcript regarding the Mann Act. So I know we were compiling the information together.
Yes, but Mr. Ziegler, as the law states, by the code of the law, it states traveling, paying someone to go across state lines is prostitution. It's a violation of the Mann Act. Let me just move on just one more second here. So when Hunter Biden paid for this woman to do this with him, to travel across state lines from California to Washington, D.C. on June 15th, this is a violation of the Mann Act. This was prostitution. Let me continue. Did Hunter Biden also use his company, Owasco PC, to pay prostitutes?
Can you hold on one second?
Chairman?
Yeah, we'll give you this additional time back.
Thank you.
That was.
So regarding Mann Act violations, what we can do is, given by the statute, we can turn those over to the House Ways and Means Committee, and then we can they can decide to vote to turn them over to you regarding Mann Act.
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler. So talking about Hunter Biden using his company, Owasco PC, to pay prostitutes, this is also a suspicious activity report showing that victim one, the woman that was paid for prostitution, that traveled from California to Washington, D.C., paid for by Hunter Biden. This is an excerpt from a SARS report that we've read in the Treasury, and I think you all have looked at these too, showing that victim one was supposedly an employee of Owasco. But I would like to point out, this is not really what most paralegals do for law firms. And it's very serious that Hunter Biden was paying this woman through his law firm and then writing it off as business tax exemptions. Most people write off, write off things for their taxes through their businesses, like a meal or say office supplies. But can you confirm for me that Hunter Biden had written off payments to prostitutes through his law firm, Owasco?
I appreciate the question given by the statute. I'm limited in my testimony today, and I respectfully would need to turn those records over to the House Ways and Means Committee.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ziegler. One last question. You referred to one of the assistants as West Coast assistant. I believe this is the West Coast assistant. Could you agree with that?
So I can tell you that there were deductions for what we believe to be escorts, and then that $10,000 golf club membership, yes, that was not a golf club membership. That was for a sex club payment.
That was for a sex club payment. Payments such as this from Hunter Biden to prostitutes. Also, Mr. Shapley.
Come on. Mr. Chairman, we're at 1 minute and 53 seconds over. As long as Ms. Ocasio-Cortez can get equal time, she can keep going.
I will let Ms. Green wrap up 5 seconds, and then I'll give Mr. Mafume additional time.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Shapley, you started an investigation into Hunter Biden, codenamed Sportsman, which opened in November of 2018. It was an offshoot of an investigation the IRS was conducting into a foreign-based amateur online pornography platform. This is evidence
Chairman,
of Hunter
Chairman,
Biden
it's
making
over time
sex,
and it's
excuse me, this is my time,
unbecoming of
making
this
pornography.
Should we be displaying this, Mr. Chairman,
Ju-
in the committee?
You see what I like, we snit, we all those snit, we different. If one expect to be president, we now make sure see the other people that they cover the remaining house for House of Assembly. Now, Washington that move for US. Now, what? A whole president see investigation, they bring result, they come outside. Nobody say do for Nigeria. They say see person with dollar. I beg you, na grace us the play. Watch this.
All this video face they come outside when in the jail, no jail just they do normal King Von things. That me serious please.
This one today just the leak King Von video when they jail. But this one is saying be gay. I know like this one is doing maybe like in don't say for people ready for that place. We ain't go there. Better go PC once and for all. I know me, I don't believe. But this lady, this is
After the late King Von's sexuality was called into question. Body cam footage.
This one goes the end. Watch King Von. Even watch King Von, my let me see recipes.
Ain't no favoritism in this. Von said what he said. This Lil J is a and I'm standing on that. Yeah, post that. Don't say I'm showing favoritism or nothing. Lil J, you a on my kids. Ain't no respect, nothing. You all on the internet kissing the on my kids. This in jail, PC, like he had the.
Jay says he is not the man pictured kissing another inmate, claiming he's being targeted after the King Von video surfaced. King Lil J is addressing the rumors surrounding his sexuality after a pair of videos surfaced online allegedly featuring the Chicago rapper kissing another inmate sitting on his lap. The clips were shared Tuesday evening, July 18th, hours after the late King Von's sexuality was called into question. Body cam footage emerged online of Von behind bars asking to be placed in protective custody because of his sexual orientation.
Look that face video now, best with the pictures inside jail. Maybe this supposed to say when they can't come. You know, game member. I know see they go sham. Now make them go peace.
I don't have no problem with gay people. Like I think you even said you had was it a cellmate that was gay or something like that?
No, I ain't never say that. I ain't say I had no cellmate. It probably been on the same deck, but ain't coming to my cell too. He gonna get beat bloody.
Okay, so no, so let's clear the air on that too, because that's another report. You never had a gay cellmate ever?
No, never. They weren't even giving me cellies. I was beating the fuck out of my cellies, man. I don't like being around people. I got PTSD and all type of mental health shit, so I won't really even get cellies. I was in the cell by myself for more than half.
You know the power of internet. Internet go, you see that man with stuff when they go bring the man picture go. Busted.
My beard. When I did have cellies, you gotta be a real gang member or something. You better have some drugs or something. You ain't finna come in here.
Where's the plumber at? In there?
This the only deck I've been on that's got a problem with it. They supposed to be a Christian deck, but they got a problem with gay people. How you gonna be Christian?
So because of your sexual orientation, you're requesting protective custody, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I since stand I'm crossing Ops, Didier, and now Liam.
Bye, Josh. I'm gonna fuck you too. They trying to let me suck they.
All of them. What do you think they have in common? Look at the videos very well. What do you think they have in common? All of them are all deep fake. They are not real. Now imagine what the fuse and do. As of now, the highest in a porn. We use celebrities. Use AI, change the face. Use and do porn. Lemon. We see international. God. Politics don't end.